Look at the front where it says Ames real big.
Alright, so I'm out here in Chippewa Township, and we're at a classic here. We're at an old place. Check that out. Vintage. Yeah, that's a pretty old looking place here. Ponderosa Steakhouse. Now, this has been requested that I film this place for a while. I just never got around to doing it for a couple of reasons. The sign on the other side said temporarily closed, and it did on the door here too, which is what we're going to go check out now. And I mean, it still says temporarily closed on that sign, so I didn't want to film it, but now I assume it's permanently closed because the building is for lease now. And they closed obviously because of the virus. They were open all the way up until then, but not anymore. And I know people kept requesting that I come out here and film it, but I just didn't want to do it with the possibility that it would reopen. It's just so weird with these tiny little windows here. But we'll go and look through, see what we see, if anything. Probably nothing. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Part of their dining room. Just a little bit. We'll look through the bigger windows up front, though. I'll go around this way. There's a lot of cars parked back here, though. Yeah, you'd be surprised for mid-March that we have snow like this here. But it doesn't really surprise me. Gotta keep from falling and dying. That door's padlocked shut. Damn. But yeah, Ponderosa as a chain has been slowly dying. They are getting smaller and smaller. There's hardly any left. There's one in Butler, PA. That's still open. They reopened from the virus. And Kayla and I did stop there once because she wanted to go there. I said, if you're sure. And the food was okay. It wasn't too bad. A little cold out here today. See what we see through this window. Nothing. Great. You see the buffet in front of you. That's about it. Some seating. And for a while they still had the air on. They had all the tables set still. They just never did anything with the signage. Here, I'll show you that real quick too. When we saw the for lease sign, that basically summed it up for me here. It said, yep, they're done. And surprisingly, that Pizza Hut across the street is still open. Yep. A little cold. That's why I'm shaking a little bit. It's the wind that gets you. Temporarily closed forever. Kind of like the Hardee's dining room in Millville. The dining room's been closed since St. Patrick's Day 2020 because of the virus, and they have a sign up there that says, our dining room is temporarily closed. And I keep saying forever, and I want to write it on that sign, but I'm not going to do that. There's no reason it doesn't have to. There's no reason it can't be open at this point. There's your good old look inside of this place. Who knows what will become of it now. I imagine when somebody leases it, it'll become another restaurant. I can't see anybody trying to open this back up as a Ponderosa. I really can't. But you never know. Kudos to the lady that tried reviving the Steak and Shake in Homestead. It only lasted a couple of weeks. But kudos to her, she tried. Nobody wanted to work. That was their biggest problem. Good old Ponderosa, man. When I was a kid, these were everywhere. There was one in Harmerville, PA, which is now a church. I call it the Ponderosa Church. The First Baptist Church of Ponderosa. I don't know what church it is. I'm just being silly. But if you're familiar with Harmerville, you know it's right on Freeport Road, right by the old Fun Fest, which is now called Zone 28. Nice looking restaurant. Hopefully somebody can revive this place. If not Ponderosa, something cooler. Nice little restaurant. I'd come out here and check it out. Just one last look at the old sign. Pretty vintage. Take a look through this window here. These little windows get me. Oh, there's a skill claw game, a skill crane game still in there. I'm surprised that hasn't been taken out by the vendor, or that they haven't requested to take it out, unless Ponderosa owned it. Sometimes the restaurants own them. They pay for the stuffed animals that they put in there, and they collect and keep the money. Kind of sad, actually. But yeah, that's it. Not much left here. Got the bee friend back in service. We had to put a clutch in that thing. And she's doing good now. Nope. That's just a curiosity factor. I would love to be able to walk around in there and see how it looks. But not meant to be. Whew, I'm getting back in the car. It's a little cold. But yep, there's your Ponderosa of Chippewa. The thing that gets me, it's mid-March, okay? It's mid-March, and it's 32 degrees outside, as the car says. And tomorrow it's going to be 60. And the craziest thing is, this happens all the time, especially in the springtime and early summer. It'll be nice and beautiful all week long while we're at work. Can't go out and enjoy the weather at all. When the weekend comes and I'm off from work, it's lousy, it's raining, it's cold, it's snowing like this.
That's our life story.
Yeah. It annoys me. It's been like that my entire life. You get lucky sometimes, but it should be the other way around, where you have one occasional bad weekend with rain and bad weather, but that the rest are good. But no. We're lucky if we get one weekend that's nice. I got lucky when we caught the Conrail unit not long ago. And then, heck, even yesterday when I caught the Beeline service, the Reading Heritage unit, that was in the snow right after the snowstorm just ended. And I wanted to get it that badly that I didn't care. But anyway, that's going to be a wrap from Ponderosa. We are hungry, but unfortunately, I didn't see any food left over from this place.
No buffet for us.
No buffet. I don't even think Pizza Hut has their buffet anymore over here. Some do, some don't. We eating at Pizza Hut too.
Yeah, right before the virus hit, I think.
Yeah, it was right before it struck, because it was the middle of winter. And then we were going to the Outer Banks to film that Kmart down there for the final time a few weeks later. And then all of a sudden the world stopped. And this was one of the victims of it. But yeah, with it being for lease now, and with you guys being able to take a look at it, and for people interested in the property, now you have an idea of what you're getting into. It looks like it's in fairly good shape. I didn't see any damage to the roof inside, like any stained ceiling tiles or evidence of a leaky roof. So if somebody does lease this and turn it into a different restaurant, that would be cool.
Yeah,
you
could turn it into, we've seen Ponderosas turned into like churches and stuff.
Yeah, like the one in Harmerville. Turn it into a sports bar. I'll come out here.
There's literally a sports bar right there, though, in front of it.
Yeah, so everybody has their own thing. I'd come out here and support it. I'd go over there and support that one, too. But, you know, you can't have enough restaurants. We Pittsburghers and Pennsylvanians know how to eat, and since we're so close to the border of Ohio, we're only like 6 miles from the border going towards Youngstown. People over there come over here, too. I don't know why, but I like Ohio better. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what they should turn this into?
Just teasing. What?
Either Whataburger or
that'd be nice.
Racks.
My God, I'd be up here every day. My gas tank would be empty every other day, especially when it costs $50 to fill up the bee friend now. Thanks to everybody raising gas prices like this. It's a little absurd with these gas prices anymore. $50 to fill up the B-Friend and the Z24. Never thought that would happen, but I don't want to get all into it. I'm not choosing sides. I'm not going to be pro or con or anything like that. No. I'm a cheapskate, and I hate paying extra money for gas when we don't need to. Just being silly. Just being silly. Take it easy, guys. I know a couple people will be like, oh my God, I can't believe he's saying that. Anyway, all jokes aside, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, you know what to do. And with that said, everybody, I'm taking off because it's freaking cold. I'm hungry. And we're going to see what else is out here. So take care. Stay awesome.
Have a Ponderosa day. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Have a Ponderosa-licious day.
For the old school Ponderosa here, too.
So, did you say in the video we were going to go to Butler? And drive all the way to Butler from here to go to Ponderosa?
No, thank you. Yeah, if I go to Ponderosa in Butler from here, you know how much money that would cost me on the turnpike? Even though I'd be hopping on the free part of the turnpike just to get to the Butler Valley, it'll still cost me like $10 the way PennDOT is. That highway is a ripoff. I never use the turnpike ever again. Never will. I just use the free part. I'm willing to pay the Ohio turnpike because they actually charge a normal rate. But that's okay. There's better places out here. All right, bye everyone.